Chris was 31st in practice, ran a 20.89.
As we get further into this qualifying session, a lot of these drivers and teams are seeing as the track starts to gain speed. They see that rubber coming up off the racetrack as well. They're paying attention to that, and it's for you as a driver that need to start taking some notes mentally, start adjusting what you think is possible, what kind of grip level is out there. You'll figure that out in that first lap, but it's nice to go in there as you have some info at this point in time to say, okay, this is what the track has.
Drive right down there to it. I know the mentality of drivers. Christian Eckes qualified early this week because of the metric pushing him back in the rundown after the DNF last week with an engine problem. He's got speed. The rookie top 10 in practice delivers a 20.27 on lap 1.
Last time he's here, he won the truck race in November. Picks it up a little bit here on the second lap. Little left front line, but still gets it down the curb. Dives the corner well. It's going to be a good exit.
Improving on lap 2 is Eckes taking up to a 20.23. Here's the 28 of Kyle Sieg.
It's on equal tires, everyone, this time.
That's right. He would like to have the same tires he was running middle part of stage 1 last week in Miami when he won that great run, finished second in the opening stage. He was 38th earlier today in practice.
You've seen all these drivers have issues, especially down in turn 3. That can sort of give you the idea of, hey, maybe it's not the place to push. You'll start to feel that right here on this first lap. But you're trying to sort of take that information as you've seen other cars struggle. Maybe your crew chief is giving you some of that information. They're watching all the other cars. And then you have to adjust that in real time on the fly during the qualifying lap. Oh, that thing's really bouncing down to the 3. That's really sitting on the left front real hard, and that makes it really difficult to get it slowed down.
Lap 1, 11th for Kyle Sieg, up to 10th on lap 2, 20 for Blaine Perkins. A little bit quicker on lap 2, but stays in the 3rd position, 20.43.
And I like Sheldon Creed taking a look at what Blaine was doing down in turn 1. That's all, you're trying to use every bit of information here in this qualifying lap. Every driver we talk to tells you this is one of the hardest ones you'll do all year. It's unique, it's different. Even Sheldon alluded to where he wants to put the brake bias. That's something you might adjust as all the way up to the point that they send you out on the racetrack. You're going to be tweaking that brake bias, thinking about where you want it, thinking about what others are doing on the track, trying to find that, because there's no real time to adjust once you get the qualifying lap. You've got to be able to hit that brake with confidence and know what the race car's going to do.
Perkins actually was faster on lap 1, lost a 10th on that second lap as we check in on the 51 of Jeremy Clements.
That was a really good exit out of 4.
Here's the 18 of William Sawalich. Another driver that was out Group 1 in practice and performed quite well. Made his Truck Series debut here a couple of years ago and finished inside the top 10.
Definitely using a bit more of a diamond approach, not getting that curve super early.
How about that? One rookie beats another, puts him to the top 20.21 for Sawalich.
He changes it up on the second lap. You're getting the curve a little earlier, losing a little bit on exit. Way better in 3 and 4 to wrap that curve.
Yeah, he was in the red, went to 3 and 4.
The key here is to not overdo it with all that confidence in what he did here in the fall. You don't want to jump into a qualifying lap at Martinsville with too much bravado. You want to be smart and disciplined in these qualifying laps. Caught the curve a little bit there in turn 1 and 2.
You want to push it as far as you can, get all you can. But, I mean, the margins here, and that line is so thin, a stepping too far over and taking yourself out of the game. Really good opening lap. Second for him, a 20.22 for Alfredo.
He liked what he's feeling. He pushed a little further in the brake zone in turn 1, got a little lockup, but still has a great exit off 2.
In the green. Can he stay there? Through 3 and 4, lost a little bit in the corner.
Just had to park it a little bit in the center. Still a really
good adjustment to help him in qualifying because as you said, he's just a really good qualifier.
He is, and they're just completely missing the there. They had straight 1 on the first lap. He'll have to readjust. He's a short track ace, especially in qualifying. He's really fun to watch when that car's working for him. I just don't think what I saw down in that first lap really is, so we'll see if he can adjust here in the second.
Lap 1 puts him 16.
Oh, I can tell he's struggling to get it turned to the center. It looks really tight.
Lap 2 is going to be better. I lost some time there in turns 3 and 4. From 16th up to 9th for Parker Retzloff. Teammate currently quickest.
Yeah, these Joe Gibbs cars are historically just fast at this place. So this will give us a good idea where the track's at.
Joe Gibbs Racing.
Wow. Got the curve.
He did, but look at the tracker. It didn't change. He lost a little bit. Takes him up to second, 2016. A couple of hundredths off of his teammate.
A little wide on the exit of 2 there.
Yeah, I think the tracker
better for 3 and 4.
You know,
it got confused.
Yeah, it did. Second lap is the fastest, 2011 for Taylor Gray, P1 for driver 54. Evans and Drain to gather it up, not only finish your first lap, which was outstanding, but then to reprocess where you need to be to run that second lap and ultimately have the fastest time of the day. Who knows where that will end up? May not end up being a pole run, probably not, but it was a nice pickup, and every spot can really help you here as we check in on the 11 of Josh Williams.
And to your point, sometimes you're just trying to avoid a big blow up at this place where you hurt. You know, having it happen on the first lap on the exit 3 and 4 can hurt the next lap, and you end up maybe not having a top 10 or being 25th. So you're just trying to avoid those big blow ups.
Lap 1, Williams matches his car number. He's 11th. Lap 2 takes him to 10th, 2039. Blake, Sheldon Creed, Jesse Love, Austin Hill. Talk to Sam Mayer, Justin Allgaier will be the final driver out in qualifying. Ryan Sieg puts it top 5 on his opening lap, 2025 for the 39.
Great exit off 2. See how that works for him in 3 and 4. It's going to be close.
Challenges at times at this racetrack for Ryan Sieg. No big issues in qualifying from 5th to 2nd, 2012. In between them when we get to the final rundown. Here's Sammy Smith. This has been a really good track for the third-year driver from Iowa. Second season at Junior Motorsports. And when I see that 8 on track here, I think how close he was to winning last fall. Would have put him in the championship 4. Got speed in qualifying. First driver out for Junior Motorsports. A lot of green for Sammy Smith. And he's fastest, 2010.
For his confidence. But that does give you confidence. You've seen the front here. You've seen what it takes. Maybe you can replicate in the future.
Junior Motorsports has won 3 of the 9 races since we made our return to Martinsville 2020. Here is Brennan Poole driving to 44. Lap 1 for him, 15th.
I appreciate these paint schemes out for Pride Racing.
Oh, great.
This mini muffins scheme here really pops on the racetrack. You can see that anywhere.
That's Caesar Baccarella's company.
Yes. Go on. Out for Pride.
He and Tommy Joe Martins, 2 of the more enjoyable names to say in the
Yes.
ride.
Didn't quite. We talk about it being fractions of a second, just the most minute little things make massive differences. That's because of how condensed and close this field will be. When you dissect the lap here, post-qualifying, and wondering what you could be doing better, it's not, oh, I could have done it 50, 20 feet or that sort of thing. You're talking 1-2 foot differences at times. It's such minute things that make a difference.
Eric Almirola doesn't always qualify up front. He just finds his way there, kind of been the theme the last couple of years. Lap 1 for Almirola puts him 6th. His teammates have been really good. So Wallich up there in the top 5, same for Taylor Gray. 20th teammate Dean Thompson in the top 5 as well.
Fighting with the curve with 1 and 2. Gets a little sideways on the exit of 4.
Stays in that stage when we go for 250 laps tomorrow. Here's Carson Plum.
Got their deep and got a turn.
That's a good thing to hear. Got a deep-headed turn. That's the best of both worlds. Great first lap.
A lot of green, trying to knock his teammate off the top spot, and he does. 1993, first driver under 20 seconds. Quapple is on it, and even better on lap 2 so far. Daniel Dye out his Chevrolet. His teammate qualified up there in the top 10. Christian Eck is currently 9th. Josh Williams is 15th. Dye goes to 2nd on lap 1. It's a 2010 for him.
And we're starting to see the shadows come over the racetrack there in turn 1. That's just adding grip. That's why we're starting to see these lap times really start to drop in that same shadows you go here into turn 4 and then the exit, the grandstand. That's adding more grip.
Harrison Burton in the 25. Team's off to a great start in 2025. I guess, it should be. It's their year, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're the numerology stuff.
Won at this racetrack 2020, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing 30 years after his dad Jeff won here in an Xfinity car.
Oh, and he just got really loose down to turn 3, basically had to park it. Didn't get quite a great run out of turn 4 either.
20th on lap 1. Needs to pick it up, and he is. I mean, lap 2 is going to be better. See what he can do with it, but right now tracking pretty good. Off of turn 4, can he hang on to it?
And
Major pickup from 20th to 2nd for Harrisburg. Here in 1993, we need to get Jen. You know, he's gonna have his work cut out for him tomorrow. Yes, he would. That'd be a great celebration. Junior Motorsports cars are fast. Plopple at the top. And here's another driver that's got speed, Connor Sillich in the green, and he now leads the way. 19.888 for the rookie.
Saw what his teammate had done, knew the grip level. That just gives you that indication of what kind of speed is out there and adjusted perfectly.
Did I say this place at times can be a little bit like a road course? I mean, yeah, I called him earlier this year the road warrior, and right now he's the best of the bunch. Next up, another rookie driver out of the Chevy camp, Nick Sanchez. Talked earlier about his 7th place finish here in 2022. You see top 10s in 2 of the last 3 races.
Yeah, stellar qualifying performance last week at Homestead, being the top 3.
After Sanchez, there will be 7 remaining in qualifying, and we got some heaters coming.
Oh no, we got way up the racetrack in 3 and 4. Got him into the rubber and the marbles a little bit. That hurt his run here on the second lap.
14th on lap 1. I just admire the ability, though, to come back. When lap 1 doesn't go your way, we've seen it from several drivers. Started this second lap in a good spot, but maybe not going to finish as well as he would like. John talked about the fact he won the pole last year, but they had a brake issue, so he had to start at the rear. There's nothing worse than getting the pole award on Friday, getting the trophy and the celebration, and then realizing, I'm going to have to come from the back on Saturday. So hopefully he can start where he qualifies tomorrow, and so far pretty good lap going, about a 10th and a half off the pace.
A little wide on the exit of 2 there. A little cleaner down in 3 and 4.
4th on lap 1. Flash of green here as he begins that second lap.
That was a way better exit off of 2. Goes deep into 3, ends up the racetrack a bit. Loses a lot of time on the exit there. He tried for it. He did a good job in practice, put it P20 on the board. First time to Martinsville in the Xfinity Series, learning these cars. They're different than the trucks, as he mentioned to us in practice.
Anywhere, I would say anywhere top 15, but if you can go top 10, and right now, I mean, he may jump up inside the top 5. This is really good for this young driver. We give him a lot of confidence going to tomorrow. Lap 1 puts him 5th.
That's a really good first lap. This place, every driver has told you how difficult it is. Got a little wide there on the exit 2, had to check up a touch and lost a little bit of time. Oh, and it gets real sideways down to 3. Rookies we talk about this season, but it's hard for me to remember the rookies because they're often the ones in the top 5 and who are vying for the pole and vying for the wins at the end of these races.
Sheldon Creed, one of our Dash for Cash drivers, in the 0-0, 2 runner-up finishes in his Martinsville career, looking for that first victory.
Oh, fighting it big time down to turn 3. He told us in his interview that he knew where he wanted to put the brake bias, considering the track is going to change a little bit. That was, you can see the car bouncing under the brakes down to turn 3.
Needs to go, 14th on lap 1.
Sideways. Able to wrap the curve way better this time in 3 and 4.
Stays 14th. From your crew chief.
Yep.
It was good, so now you go after it on lap 2. I think the opposite was true for Sheldon. You didn't get what you wanted on lap 1, so you said, to heck with it, I'm going to go get it on lap 2, right?
Silence isn't good either sometimes.
Jesse Love, the first of 4 to go. Got a pretty good lap going here. I love the side-by-side. Zillage watching the competition, and he's really watching this one because he and Love are buddies, and you know Jesse would love to get him. Lap 1/3 for driver 2.
A little better here on the second lap.
Jesse Love just missing out on an opportunity to run for the Dash for going to run the Cup race, make his Cup debut at Bristol in a couple of weeks. And Austin Hill going to run 5 races in a Cup car starting next weekend for RCR at Darlington. We're excited for both drivers in that category.
That's such a cool thing, especially for Jesse Love to get that opportunity in the Cup Series. You learn a ton when you do it. It's really difficult, but it's such an amazing moment in a young driver's career. Austin Hill locks up the left front big time. We saw that from him a lot in practice.
He's the first of 3 to go in qualifying. All these drivers will be part of the Dash for Cash equation here tomorrow. Hill 3rd on lap 1.
Really good turns 1 and 2. Doesn't lock it up as much.
Had a flash of green. Lost a little in 3 and 4. Back to the line. Stays in that 3rd. You see the numbers. 7th, 5th, 2nd in the last 3 races, but across the board has delivered at a high level. 2 runner-ups already in 6 races this season.
He had a bit of a moment there in turn 1. Had to sort of stop the car in the center.
His teammate Sheldon Creed qualified 16th. Lap 1 from Mayer puts him right down there in the 20th position. That's just really surprising to me.
Way better 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's picked it up big time. We talked about that mental concentration on lap number 2. Mayer not going to get to the top, but he is going to improve himself from 20th up to 15th.
Because every car that comes in within half a tenth off of 2 loses a gob of time no matter what they do down in 3 and 4.
I can confirm this. It's going to be an all junior motorsports front row. And it's just a question of who is there. Right now, it's the rookies, Zilich and Quapple. Now, the final driver, our reigning champ.
Let's see here. Not quite close enough. We mentioned how good Zilich was in 3 and 4. This is one of the few cars from Just Naga that we've seen actually gain some time back in 3 and 4. Oh, and he got way out of the groove in 1 and 2. That's it.